down in the dirt. Been real bad. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night.
What's up, guys? I'm back with another video, and as you can tell by the title, yes, I am building another PC. And I have to say, I'm excited, I'm hyped. I love building PCs. I just got done building my gaming PC finally earlier this year. And so you might be wondering though, why, Danny? Why are you building another PC? Well, it is simple. I'm building a streaming PC to take the streaming portion off of my gaming PC, take some of that workload off, and that'll allow me to be able to stream in 1080p on Twitch, which I can do right now. I just don't want to. I don't want to put extra workload on my PC. It can handle it, but OBS is temperamental and sometimes it messes up the way the game performs, and that's just the way it is. So the plan is to put an i3 processor in this PC. All right. Now let me tell you about this case real quick, but I'll get to that in a second. So I'm gonna put an i3 processor in that PC. It's 8th gen. I already have the motherboard, which I got, really good deal, as well as a Thermaltake 500 watt power supply to go with the Thermaltake case. As you can tell, I seem like Thermaltake. Anyway, so that's why I'm building it. So it's going to have 8 gigs of RAM, i3 processor. I'm gonna go ahead and probably put in a terabyte hard drive, not solid state. A terabyte hard drive, so I can make recordings of gameplay footage and have it, you know, on a really large disc. I'm gonna add a Blu-ray player and burner, so I can burn my footage if I want to disk for archives or whatever. And I think that's it. It's gonna have water cooling, but it's gonna be very basic. No RGB lights in this thing at all. I mean, yeah, it's got a window on the side, kind of, where you can like make it glow if you want. So if I happen to get some sort of part that glows, then you'll just see it through there. Otherwise, I'm not striving for that. Considering going with an AMD graphics card, just because I wanted to originally do an AMD build, but the motherboard I got a good deal on was Intel, so we're gonna go with i3 processor on that, which is fairly inexpensive. It's only like 120 bucks, and it's a decent processor. 8th gen, not bad. So yeah. So let's talk about this motherboard. This motherboard was on clearance at Micro Center, and it's actually a refurbished motherboard from MSI, and it's been tested and all that. It's normally like an $80 motherboard that I got for $35, and it is specifically for 8th gen Intel processors. But yeah, there you go. There's the motherboard itself. It is the, let's see, I'm looking for some sort of, it's MSI, as you can see down there. It says it. I believe it's the MSI H110M Pro VD. So as far as peripherals go, they're not anything crazy. There's actually no HDMI on that at all. However, you got USB 3.0, and none of these matter because I'm gonna have a graphics card in there anyway. The graphics card I'm gonna go with is gonna be like a 1060. That's if I go NVIDIA. If I go AMD, it'll probably be RX or something. I don't know AMD like I know NVIDIA. But so this is going to be essentially a budget build. I'm looking to spend around $700-800 total at most, probably less. However, you don't need a ton for a streaming PC, so that's good. So you're probably wondering, Danny, why do you have that case? Well, that case was actually the original case for my gaming PC last year. I saw this case, it was 60 bucks at Micro Center, Thermaltake, just like the one I have now is Thermaltake. And I thought, you know, it was a black and red edition. And that's the thing with Thermaltake PC cases. They tend to have different editions for different colors, and I love that. That's what I love about that company. And I just think their cases are amazing. I know a lot of people like frown upon Thermaltake for some reason. I don't know why. I love Thermaltake. Never had an issue with them. And I know people have had issues with them, but in the past, I know David DeFranco, but I had him buy a. I said he should have buy the Thermaltake RGB 850 watt PSU, and he did, and it died on him. I have the same one. It hasn't died on me, and I've got warranty if it does. But the results may vary. That could happen with any product, with any product really, any brand. So, but yeah, this case was originally supposed to be for my gaming PC, and then obviously I found the open air case that's black and white, and never looked back. So this case has been sitting for about a year, just empty shell. So it's my streaming PC case. So I've already got a start on motherboard and PSU, and next up is probably processor. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make a small series on a budget build PC, because that's what this is gonna be, budget build. And at the end of the day, it's gonna be able to run some games if it really wanted to, and who knows, I may test that even. But it's going to be my streaming PC. You don't need a huge, powerful machine to do that, because it's just gonna be running OBS and the chat and my alerts and streaming what I'm playing on this other PC. So yeah. Alright guys, so as you know, we are building a streaming PC here. So far the only thing that's installed, however, is the power supply. So I've got several things here, and I'm gonna show you right now. Alright, so first things first, the motherboard I showed you in the last video was for 7th gen Intel processors, and I'm not doing that. So I exchanged it for an 8th gen compatible motherboard. This is the Asus Republic of Gamers Strix B360H gaming motherboard. Normally $119. I got it for $111. Thank you to price matching Newegg at Micro Center. So, and it's a beautiful black and red board. It's got hour sync. It's VR ready. Works with AMD Crossfire technology. It's got the Intel Optane memory option, which I might take advantage of someday, and as well as the Intel 8th gen support. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and open that here in a second. I got that. I also have the Cooler Master Lite 120. This is a very affordable water cooler, normally $49. I got it for $34. It supports Intel LGA 1151, which is this, and it'll support cooling an i3 with no problems. This can actually cool an i5 also, but we're only putting an i3 in the machine, so there's that. I got G-Skill Ripjaws 5 or V. I don't know if that's 5 or V, but 8 gigabytes, normally 95, got it for 65. Thank you once again to price matching with Newegg at Micro Center. That's what I like about Micro Center, is they price match Newegg and Amazon no problem. So very nice. Black and red, so matches the case. Everything matches. We got a black and red theme going here. So let's go ahead and install all the stuff. Now I should note that this is not going to be anything like the horrible build process that The Verge did last week. We all, I'm sure by now, have seen that. So unlike that guy, I actually know what I'm doing. That being said, I don't have any anti-static mats or any of that stuff. I have never used that stuff, probably never will, and it's very rare that you get static shock. But it can happen. I'm not saying it can't happen, it just hasn't happened to me. But if it does, it does. That's why I have warranties. So, all right, we got the case off, or the door off the case, and here's all the bags and stuff. Power supply is already installed, and we've got screws in here for various components, so, as well as all the hookups. So we'll leave all that for now. I just want to put the board in first, so that's what we're going to do. And this board is not an MATX. This is actually just a regular ATX, which is what this case is. So no problem there. And then inside we've got all the stuff we're going to need. Now, I will say we're not going to put on the cooler yet because I don't have the processor yet. But we've got stickers here for something. Oh, these are cable labels. That's kind of cool. Don't know if I'll use them, but that's kind of cool. And we've got, this would be the firmware and probably software as well. So there's Asus, thank you for purchasing, blah blah blah. Yeah, you're welcome. And we've got motherboard guide, which I will use so I can hook it up correctly. That's one thing you want to do. I know a lot of people don't use manuals, but you actually need them for motherboards. Because not all motherboards are the same. This is pretty cool. This is a do not disturb thing for your door, which is pretty cool. I'll hang on to that. I'll probably actually use that. I do get disturbed sometimes. And as well as SATA cables. And more SATA cables, looks like. And some other cable. Anyway, I'll figure all that out later. Move that all off to the side. As well as the manual. Oh, and zip ties, looks like. That's cool, they provide you with zip ties. That's pretty cool. Props. And the standoffs, that's what I was looking for. Sweet, alright. Set that box down there, off to the side. And we are going to put on the standoffs before I even take the motherboard out of the case, or out of the packaging. So. This may look intimidating to some people, but it's really not. It's no big deal, actually. So now we just screw in the motherboard. Just like that, it is installed. So now I'm gonna go ahead and install the RAM, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I'm pretty happy. It's a good day. It's a nice Sunday. I just picked up the Core i3 Intel processor. 8th gen sorry, I can't talk. LGA 1151. So, i3, 8th gen. We're about to put it in there. And to do that, I'm going to switch cameras so you can actually see me put it in. And then after that, we're going to install the cooler. And then I'm going to wire everything up because I said I was going to do it the other day, and then I got distracted with playing video games. So, you know how it goes. You know how it goes. So we're going to install that first. And then I'm going to install this, and this might take a little bit because each liquid cooler is different. So, I've installed one before with the help of Julian. This one I'm going to do completely on my own. And that'll be interesting. So yeah, I'm going to switch cameras right now. There it is. The Intel Core i3 processor. So it's going to go right in there. So, since I want to be careful, I don't think I'm going to film that part. Unless I could prop this somewhere. Maybe I'll just set the camera there. I don't know if you can see that or not. So, but we're going to lift up. That. And so the processor goes right in underneath there. So I'm going to carefully, very carefully, take the processor out of the plastic here. Grip it by the sides. Do not touch whatsoever. Do not touch the bottom of this. You want to jack it up. So you want to make sure the arrows are lined up on the board and on the processor. And then we're just going to gently lay it in there like that. See that? There it is. Nice and secure. I don't see an arrow on this board, but it's right side up, so that's all that really matters. That and the fact that the pins are up and down. So, yeah. It'll sit just like so. And so now we push this down like that, and it's supposed to pop off. Save this in case you need to return the motherboard. Without this, they will not process the RMA. Do not throw this like the Verge did. Save this. Save this. Save this. Alright, I think you get the idea that you're supposed to save that. So, anyway, there she is. Nice and installed perfectly. So now, I'm going to apply thermal paste, and we're going to get the cooler on. So, yeah. Okay, here we go again, guys. Lay this down like that. Okay, you probably can't see from your angle, but everything is wired up now. So all I have to do is add the cooler. I'm gonna do right now. And that will be it. Sucks that I can't use a water cooler, at least the one I got. But it is what it is, right? As long as the CPU gets cooled. Even if you have to go the old-fashioned route. So, alright. Okay. Get these all lined up like that. And that's it. It is installed just like that. And header 1. Or CPU fan 1, I should say. Header 1. Gee. There we go. Now I do want to do a little bit of cable management, just a little tiny bit here. And there we go. Alright, I'll get the other camera and show you. There you go. It's installed. And yes, I know the cable management is horrible. The thing is though, because you're not going to see this hardly, like, I don't care, I'll be honest. The cable management is not important to me at all in this build because unlike the, you know, my gaming PC where you can see everything, this is got a big case, a big door over it with a little cutout. So I'm not really worried about cables, but yeah, it's all hooked up. Next thing we have to do, obviously, install the M.2 is gonna go right there. Eventually I'm gonna get a second M.2 that'll go right there. And then GPU. And that is it. So there we go. I will boot this up tomorrow when the M.2 arrives and we'll install Windows 10 on camera, and that'll be part 4. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed part 3. Sorry about the change up, but you know what, it's for the best. I think it'll work out just fine this way. So once again, massive shout out to Now It's Okay for sending this. Dude, I can't thank you enough. Alright. So, rat's nest, obviously. I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning up on it. You know, I know there's already going to be some people from part 3 saying, Danny, you need to do cable management, blah, blah, blah. I get it. Okay, I understand. I'll get it done. But for now, I just want to get this thing built because we are going to install Windows. So this video might be a little long. That's okay. I'm sure you don't mind. So, currently opening up part 4. Currently opening up the 970. Something just fell in there. It's fine. Currently opening up the 970 Evo, 500 gigs. Thank you again to Now It's Okay. Seriously, dude. I appreciate it, as I'm sure I've probably thanked you like a million times, but I mean it. So, opening it up. And if you don't know what M.2 is, it's solid state. So this is 500 gigs on this little tiny board here. I've already done a video on one of these before. It was the 860 Evo, which is so slow compared to the 970. So I'm gonna put it in. So it goes in that slot right there. So here's how this works. We do that. Okay, now just gotta put a screw there. So, which I have. I believe, I don't know if it came with a screw or if I have to get a screw. So let me see here. Okay, it looks installed. However, it's got like a slant to it, so I don't know. I mean, it fit in there, so no problem. But it's got just a Maybe it's how it's supposed to be. I know it's flush on my PC, my gaming PC builds. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and boot it up, and we'll see what happens. Okay. So we're gonna install Windows. I've got everything hooked up. That rat's nest of a cables management, which yes, I'm gonna clean up. I know. In the last video I said I didn't really care. The LCD has told me otherwise. If this will focus right, I don't know if it will. Anyway, there's no CD drive installed, but I've got the external hooked up, so that should be no problem. Let me flip that over so you don't see my Windows 10 key, because I paid good money for that, you know. So yeah, gonna work on the cable management after I get everything installed. So yeah, I will keep you posted. By the way, it posted obviously, so everything seems to be working fine. Really quiet, very, very quiet machine. This is louder. That's louder than the actual machine. So yeah, yay Windows. I don't understand why it's so hard to install Windows 10 on a brand new build. It's definitely not my PC. It is 100% Microsoft Windows. I mean, there's no other reason. None. This PC, while it looks like a rat's nest in there, is hooked up right. Everything's hooked up right. Everything passed the tests. Plus, this is not my first PC build. This is like my 9th. So, from the ground up anyway. But, yeah. Good job, Windows. Huzzah. Congrats. Way to go. I mean, this is ridiculous. So, I'm gonna reboot it. Also, this is not the first time I've seen this happen to people. Well, this is the first time for me. But Jay's 2 Cents was building a brand new build the other day, and he got the blue screen as well. So, crappy software. It is what it is. Alright guys, so this is part 5. I know it's been a little bit since I've made a part video, or I guess an update video to this build. I will let you know what's been going on, however. So, I actually got the build up and running thanks to this little $20 SSD from Micro Center. It is the Inland Professional SSD, 120 gigs. It was on sale for $19.99, which is good. It's a great price. And with no issues whatsoever, I was able to install Windows 10. All the updates, everything. So, 120 gigs, that's more than enough for a OS install. But that's all this drive is for OS. And very little software like OBS and stuff like that. But, as you can see, the M.2 is no longer installed. It died, unfortunately. Brand new. It was from Now It's Okay. He's a good guy. I talked to him about it, and he's having Amazon send me a replacement one that'll be here in 2 days. So shout out once again to Now It's Okay. Thank you so much, dude. I really do appreciate it. But I do have the 970 Evo M.2 all boxed back up. It completely just stopped working whatsoever. I was transferring files on it last night, and the first batch went through no problem. The second batch, it gave me an MS-DOS error. I was like, oh great. I forgot the exact error, but it said MS-DOS cannot perform this function or something like that. So I went to go format the M.2, and the formatting failed. And the computer could still see that the M.2 was installed, but I couldn't do anything with it. I couldn't format it. I couldn't put anything on it. I couldn't take anything off of it. So, unfortunately, it's just going back. I'm just going to get a brand new one and be done with that. Also, I discovered that my motherboard has standoffs for the M.2 slots. Did not know that whatsoever. Nothing was ever said about this. That's one thing I don't really like about this motherboard, is that you have to install standoffs for an M.2. I mean, I guess it makes it like more flexible if you need like longer or shorter slots, or things that go in the slot into the M.2 slot, because it's not just for storage. You can put the Intel Octane memory stick in an M.2 slot, which is what I'm going to do with this bottom one down here. But nowhere in any paperwork that I saw, and I didn't read the whole manual, but nowhere in any paperwork that I saw did it say anything about standoffs. So having the M.2 that was installed. The Samsung 970 EVO had an angle, probably was not good for it. However, I did check and it did not bend any pins that I can tell. So, and I put my my other M.2 out of the gaming PC just to make sure that this slot still works, and it seems like it works fine. So that didn't have anything to do with it. That was just a bad EVO, you know, M.2 storage device. So like I said before, it's going to be replaced. So it just happens, you know. Name brand or not, sometimes stuff just out of the factory is just bad. You just get a bad one once in a while. But that's why they have a warranty and an exchange program. So no big deal. I'll get the RMA from Amazon. I'll send back this one when I get the new one on Wednesday. So yeah. So the build as of now includes the $20 SSD. I'll add it to the list. I'll keep the M.2 on there because that, you know, we're just gonna replace the bad one with the new one. And I will eventually get the 1050 Ti. So I'm just, right now money's kind of tight, so I have to wait a little bit. So that part 6 won't be out for a while. But what I'm gonna go ahead and do is, just because I don't have the graphics card doesn't mean that this computer doesn't run. It runs fine now. Also coming tomorrow is a DVD CD drive burner thing. So yeah, I know it's not needed for today's, you know, technology, but there are times where I still need a CD drive. So this machine's gonna have it. It's only $24. It's definitely not gonna hurt the budget by any means. So, but yeah, I just thought I would show you guys. Sorry about my messy looking room at the moment, or at least what you can see of it. Yeah, that's kind of where we are. It's kind of where we're standing right now. So, yep, just waiting on the 970 EVO will be here Wednesday, and I'm waiting on the CD DVD drive that'll be here tomorrow. So. Gotta get them all lined up. There we go. Installed. Just like that. And now, next, we have to bend more of these things out, I think. To install the brace. Let me double check. So Puget, this goes right here, like that. Actually, no, I don't have to bend those out at all. Sweet, okay. I really do hate this case with a passion. I really do. I'm glad they don't make it anymore, because it's boo-boo. It looks cool, I guess. But boy, it's definitely not worth a look. I'll tell you that. You know what? Screw it. I don't need that back plate on. It's fine. Just gonna get a little bit more dust in it, I guess. I'm not trying to dick around with it, I'll tell you that. Okay, so I've got the Stream PC built and booted, and we've got Core i3 8th generation with all that information right there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run a program called Unigen. I think that's how you say that word. Unigen Heaven Benchmark 4.0. So this is going to test out the power and the graphics and all that stuff of this PC. So without further ado, let's do just that. I hit run. So it's going to load up. And yeah, this is what you get. So right now it is running 60 FPS, 1050 Ti, with 52 degrees Celsius. I mean, this is not bad for a budget build gaming PC. Now, I say gaming PC because it technically is, but it is going to be my stream PC. So, just so you know, we can do both, obviously. So this is what you get for a budget build, which is really not bad. I mean, it's rendering really well, and it's quiet. The only buzzing you can actually hear, if you can even hear it, is the mini refrigerator in the background. But yeah, this is going as best as it can, as smooth as it can, and I'm getting good results. It's not bad at all. So yeah, it's passed with flying colors, which is great. So look at that, it's beautiful. It's pretty good. Now there's a little screen tearing just because it's 1050 Ti. It's not a 1080. So the fact that I'm using HDMI like 1 point something, not even 2.0. So yeah, but even it's just very minor screen tearing. It's like not a big deal. You could totally game with just that little bit of screen tearing. So like how beautiful that is. Isn't that great? So the only thing I want to try before I end the video is I want to go ahead and get Overwatch running on it. We'll play a match. I'll probably suck because I'm not using really good peripherals, just using what I got at the moment. So I definitely want to try it though. So yeah, let me get that going. Okay, so keep in mind there's no sound just because I don't have the speakers hooked up to the stream PC as of right now. But so it's loading the game. And we're going to go to options. So we've got it running graphics quality is high, display based FPS. It's not gonna let me do 144 hertz on this with this cable I have. I can do 120 hertz and 720p, but nah. So we're just gonna go with the recommended settings and run it the way it is. So let's go ahead and find a match that I'm obviously going to throw because I'm not trying to play. Again, sorry for the horrible angle and the fact that I'm recording a screen with a camera. I know, this is so 2007, I know. But just trying to get this video out ASAP, so. Alright, here we go. Traveling to Nepal is what it would say normally. So there's already Diva selected, so I'm just gonna be Bastion, who cares? And as you can see, with these settings, that's funny, it's got all my settings off the gaming PC. With these settings, it's looking really good. Look at this. Let me go to options so I can display frames per second because I'm interested in seeing what it is. Let's see. Advanced performance stats. Show frame rate on. GPU temperature on. All that. We're going to see all that. Alright, apply. Back. Okay, back. It's still not showing it, so I'm not sure why. But as you can see, the 1050 Ti is keeping up. The i3 is keeping up. I mean, everything's keeping up. This is why I prefer PC gaming over consoles these days. I mean, look at this. We've got a basic budget rig for less than $800, and it's playing Overwatch so well right now. This is crazy. I'm not playing Overwatch well, but it's running Overwatch no problem. Look at the high frame rates we're getting. This is at least 60 frames, if not more. This is great. I can hear the fans of the GPU barely. Just shows you how quiet it is, how quiet it runs. But this is very, very nice. And I know like Overwatch is not like crazy intensive, but it's enough to where it can really put a load on a computer if it has to. And this is just taking it. It's no problem. The 1050 Ti, teamed up with the quad-core i3 processor, 8th gen, perfect combo for a budget PC. So I guess this answers the question: can you build a gaming PC for under $800? And the answer is absolutely, completely. You keep in mind 4 cores in the i3, so quad-core i3, okay, 8th gen quad-core i3 from Intel, 8 gigs of RAM from G-Skill. and it's 2066 megahertz, which is not exactly the fastest RAM, but it's good for the price. I paid $60, and it's amazing. We get victory, defeat. Yeah, we get defeat. Anyway, so couple that with the 1050 Ti, which goes for $199 these days. I mean, there's most of your parts right there. So definitely worth building a budget PC in 2019. Absolutely worth it. So, and let's not forget that the SSD is 120 gigs. It was $20 at Micro Center. You can find it anywhere for $20 these days. It doesn't have to be inland. It could be Crucial. It could be whatever. They're $20 all day long for 120 gigs on Amazon, Newegg, Walmart.com. I mean, just about anywhere. Anywhere you can buy an SSD. So, it's very nice. Let's endorse these players real quick, even though I did horrible. I got 2 eliminations and a kill. That's not bad for not even really paying attention, just doing a demo here. So, but there you go. We are going to leave game. And just like that, you can definitely, I got an endorsement. Wow, that's funny. You can definitely build a game PC for under $800. No problem. No problem, no questions asked. That answers the question. So, with all that being said, thanks for watching, guys. I know the video is over 30 minutes long, but it's a process. It's also a combined video, basically. I took a bunch of clips from all the other progress videos and made it into one video in case you didn't feel like watching all those. So, I will leave the specs below. I will leave the prices below, and also at the end of this video. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you all in the next video. Peace.